What's good, everybody? We are back with another episode of Sound On with your boy Hollywood. Hey man, and today's guest is all the way from the motherland of Zimbabwe. Resides currently in South Africa right now. Super talented dude. Goes by the name of Jaey Usso. Hey man, Jay provided me with the breakdown of his processes, his motivations, his influences. And you know we had to talk about that sound. Most importantly, hey, I hope y'all enjoy this episode. Tune in. We live, bro. I'm good, man. You know, it's a lot going on in the world, right? Affecting us, right? African American Black citizens out here, you know. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, we hoping and praying for change, right?
Yeah.
But we've been hoping and praying.
No, we been, bro.
Right.
We really been.
Right?
Yo.
Yeah, man. So you doing all right, though? You holding up?
I'm good, bro. But you know what's the funny thing?
Yeah.
When I found out about you, I was actually talking to B1. I'm like, hey, yo, man, because we got a track that we're working on right now.
Okay.
And I was like, there's something that he posted. He was like, reshare this, go like it, and you get like AirPods or something.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's still going.
Yeah, I'm like, what's this about? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I'm like, I bet. I go and I check, oh, snap, okay, Hollywood, I followed you. I'm like, yo, these niggas are dope. Mm-hmm. So, like, when that happened, actually, I didn't tell you. Imagine, the funny thing is, I'm actually not American. That's the funny part.
Oh, I know you're not. We're going to talk about that. Well, I didn't know you weren't, but I know where you come from. So we're going to get into that. So, hey, it's Jay, right?
Yeah, it's Jay, bro.
Usso.
Yeah, Usso, yeah.
Bet. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had that down. You know, I got some African people in my circle. You know.
Oh yeah.
You're Nigerian specifically, but yeah, I had to make sure I came correct with that.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
Hey, man. So
how do I say your name, by the way? Hollywood Hagen. Is it Hagen?
Hagen. Yes, sir. Hagen. You could call me Hollywood though.
Hollywood.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, Hollywood, but hey, cool, common, collective, Hollywood, you know. But yeah, bro, it's dope, man. It's dope how you even came about, man. Cause I mean, really, I don't know if you really understand, you know, the idea of what I do, but I create this platform, right? And it's really a platform for artists, right? Where I could have real conversations with real artists doing real things. It's really that simple, but it's a lot more complex, right? In the sense that there's a lot of undiscovered talent. There's a lot of, underappreciated talent. And that's what this is about, bro, is to put you on my platform, man, to tell your story, talk about your journey, really just tapping in, bro, and creating this platform for you to shine, bro. That's what it's all about. Yeah. So I appreciate you coming on, man.
What actually made you like think about this? Like, what made you like feel like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna start this platform about this. Like, what really got you to do that? Okay, now I feel like I'm interviewing you.
No, it's cool. It's good for the listeners to understand why I really do it. So, I mean, if they ask the question, I'll tell you. So my whole entire life, I've been really in tune and diverse with music, right? And I've always. You know, I've always been enthused about sound. So like if I hear a good sound, if I hear a good artist, like I don't think twice about it. I'm like, yo, like this dude's dope. I love his music and I will continue to listen to their music. But then at the same time, being a fan, I'm wondering like why and what will it take for the people to hear him or her, right? And I've just been really, you know, in tune since I was a child, you know, with that same mentality. So I was just like, yo, like, I want to provide this space and this platform for people to come on that I appreciate, that others appreciate, because I've actually let other people know about these certain artists and they're wondering the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think these, you know, bigger, you know, broadcast and radio shows and stuff like that, they bring on the, you know, the Billboard Top 100s, right? They want an album drop. It's the same process. The album drop and then,
same thing.
You know, he or she jumps from here to there to here to there, and it's the same story. So I was like, yo, I want to create this platform to bring people on, tell their story, and me insinuate how much of a fan I am of the art, of the sound, of the person. So that's how this all came about, bro.
Damn.
Yeah. So I
That's
got
so
I got
dope.
I got I got Jaey Usso, man. It's a whole vibe over here. Multi-talented singer, songwriter, all the way
You know
from
what
the
it
great
is?
Zimbabwe, the motherland.
Yeah, bro. You know what it is.
I
For
see
all
you
we know,
got
you
the.
might be my cousin, bro. You might just be my cousin. God dang you.
Hey, it's a family thing to me, bro. When it comes to the motherland, it's a family thing, bro. No hesitation.
Oh, my mama, bro.
Absolutely.
Damn.
New single out, Care, featuring
Yeah.
Heartbreak Fever.
Straight up, bro.
Whole
Straight up.
vibe, whole vibe.
Whole vibe, man.
I love the concept. I love the collab. Real melodic. I like that's all me. That melodic, that trap soul vibe, R&B, like that. And that's another thing too. That's my favorite vibe. Like, and
That's so R&B
there's so many artists in that
genre.
genre
Yeah.
where people get lost in talent like yourself. You know what I'm saying? Talent like the B1s. You know what I mean? There's so many more that will be on this show. They'll be on this show to tell that story sooner or later. But that's what it's all about, man. And I appreciate you coming on, bro. We're gonna get into it, man. I really wanted to start off, you know, where you're from. You seem really proud from as far as where you came from, where you stem from. The great Zimbabwe, the
You know
motherland,
what it
right?
is? The motherland, bro.
Let's talk about that real quick, man, and how that was growing up. I mean, you grew up as a child there,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
And you've seen a lot. I'm sure you've seen a lot. The African American, or the African culture, that's as about true as it gets, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring this up, man, because I mean, obviously, before we get into it, I just wanted to touch on what's going on now, right? And I think that since you stem from a background like that, that's enriched, like deep, right, in the African culture, and seeing what's going on now. I mean, we've been seeing what's going on. I just wanted to, since it's a hot topic, and that's what everybody's talking about. I see that you are pretty in tune with it as well, and you've got your opinions and thoughts on it. So I just wanted to open the floor to you right now to get kind of what your thoughts are on what's currently going on and how you feel.
So with me, man, RIP to George Floyd, first of all. RIP to George Floyd.
Yes,
And
sir.
to everybody else that's been a victim to these cop killings and this white supremacists and racists. But with how I feel with what's happening right now, bro, I feel like a change is long overdue. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Because, like, let's date back to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, bro. Why is it that it's the same story? It's been a decade. It's been like, bro, it's been centuries, bro. We've been crying about the same story. Why aren't we seen as equals? You feel me? And it's something that affects a lot of people here in Africa, because it's like, we know for a fact as Africans that this all started from here. You feel me? Everybody that's black in America, there's a reason why it's African American. Y'all were all in Africa. That's straight up.
Absolutely.
Took y'all on ships, took y'all to America, England, you name it. Made y'all, be slaves. Same thing with us. But with that being said, it's a touching topic in the sense that, let's just say white people have been oppressing us since day one. And they still do. It's just that now they've made us go through an illusion that we are free when we're actually not. You feel me? We have a perception that we're actually free when we never actually have been free. Because, like, there's this thing that actually makes me go crazy, bro, because I'm like, George Floyd got killed, right? I personally feel like it was a setup, bro. I think it was a setup. You're going to ask me why I feel it was a setup? Because the ambulance, like, came right after he died. Them peeps weren't ERs, bro. Those were cops. The niggas that came out of the ambulance, those were cops. They had guns on them. So, like, it made me wonder that, okay, are they using this as a distraction regarding COVID? Or is it just straight up racism? And for me, I feel like it's both. They don't want us to be stuck up with the fact that we all know that COVID was a man-made disease. Now they kill a innocent black man just so that they can sway us away from it. But one thing they didn't notice or they didn't consider was that we're going to fight back. You know what I'm saying? Because just now, I don't know how to say his name actually. Ahmed. Well, how do you say his name? Ahmed. The homie that Ahmed. He got shot recently.
Ahmad. It's Ahmad.
Ahmad. Yeah. He got shot recently, and the fact that George got shot, like it's been what, 2 months, 3 months, gets shot, gets suffocated. Bro, that's something that made everyone go crazy. So right now, I honestly feel like black people need to come together. Black people, all people of color that support what we're trying to fight for, that Black Lives Matter. We need to come together, bro, and fix the problem. The only issue now is with all the destruction that's happening in the cities, which I know is not necessarily being caused by black people only, because I've been seeing videos of white kids.
Everything looked like a setup. Everything looked misconceived. Everything is just like, yo, like, what do we believe? It's like, and they wonder why people, ponder on conspiracy, because it's like, you got, I mean, things is getting painted out here. They painting it with these videos, things are getting painted. So it's like, yo, it's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. So it's like, to touch on, I feel like to touch on us coming together as African Americans, I feel like we've been doing that. I think it's gonna take more than that. It's gonna take the outside, right? Outside of being an African American and coming together as a unity for everything to make sense.
Exactly.
Because we've been doing it last 400 years. We've been doing it. So it's not like. So it's like, yo, like, and it's sad. And for me, my personal opinion, for it to get to this point, of multiple lives lost, I think that, it's sad, it's disgusting, it's terrible that we had to get to this point for people to pay attention and to understand what's going on. So, man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts on that, man. I mean, really at this point, it's about standing up, coming together, true change, though. I mean, we've been preaching and harping on change forever, but what actions are we going to put towards that? Let's talk about the actions. Change is an easy word to throw around, but the action is the tough part,
Exactly, bro. Because like I see most people are just posting Black Lives Matter, but homies are in their households, bro. They ain't even protesting. They ain't trying something. You know what I'm saying? Just something. Maybe educate the person next to you that's not of color. Educate them. Tell them, hey, yo, man, listen. The only difference between us is 0.000000001 pigments. If I bleed, homie, you ain't gonna bleed black. You ain't gonna bleed white. It's gonna be red. We the same, And I just feel like, bro, just as you said, I love the fact that people in Paris are doing protests. People in England, people in China. Like, it has never been this hectic, bro. It's like really crazy. Even here in Africa, but people are going crazy, bro. Like, it's going crazy.
What's the vibes like in Africa? You in Zimbabwe right now?
No, I'm actually in South Africa.
South Africa, okay, bet.
Africa, yeah.
So what's it like out there? What's going on out there?
Okay, we're on lockdown. Like, we ain't allowed to leave the crib except for people who work for like places that are like necessities, like the hospitals, But regarding how the South Africans and everyone in Africa is handling it, is we're starting to realize that even ourselves in our own motherland, we still oppressed.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
You've been oppressed. It's been a worldwide oppression. That's the thing. But like, the focus right now is Minneapolis. The focus is the United States of America, because we're now at a point where it's been truly documented. And I think that's the biggest thing, is this oppression. It's really a worldwide thing. UK, Paris, like, wherever there is an African American descent, like, more than likely it's going down. That's the sad part. But, you know, I think that's why this unity and everybody coming out, because it's been a thing everywhere, worldwide.
That's on God,
That's
bro.
what's powerful.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask a very uneducated question because I don't have facts on it. But
Yeah.
bro, just balance me real quick. Have you ever heard of a black person that's racist to a white person? I just want to hear that, bro. I just want to hear that. I may be wrong, but like
I mean,
in the
to a certain
brutal way,
degree.
you know?
No,
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, to a certain degree of
yeah.
yeah, I believe there is. And I mean, it would be crazy to think that there isn't, but
There isn't
to a certain
degree.
degree, but it also stems from history.
Exactly,
And,
exactly.
I think it stems from frustration of begging and
Oppression.
pleading for change and getting impatient, you know?
Exactly. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. Because
It's an
like
interesting question.
it's like, you know, like you said, like of course there is racist black people out there, but like
Mhm.
as you said, it's frustration. These are people
Yeah.
that once were free. All of a
Yeah.
sudden they told, hey, yo, listen, you gotta do this, do this, do this, otherwise it's out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, bro, it's sad, but I really hope it's not gonna happen tomorrow. It's not gonna happen next week, or it's not gonna happen
Mhm.
next month. But I hope
Yeah.
within this new decade that we just entered, that there will be a change, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but
That's the hope. See, the thing is all we could do is sit back and hope. But, you know, I think that we're pushing towards a change, you know, in the sense of unity and coming together and understanding that this is really a problem and figuring out
yeah,
ways to come up with the solution to this problem. I think that's a process. It's not going to happen overnight, but I do see it, and I do hope and pray that we get there, man, because it's tough, man. It's tough. Like the fear is real.
wilding,
Fear
bro.
is real. Well, I appreciate your insight on that, bro. I just wanted to kind of get that out there real quick, just to see where your head was at with that, because I know that's important to
Yeah,
you, especially living in a place like you do now, right?
yeah,
So, man, let's get into it. I mean, yeah, so you're from so you were born in Zimbabwe?
yeah. I was born in Zimbabwe. I I was raised there for half of my life because I'm 21
Mm,
now. So like, okay, not half, but I was there until I was like about 9, 10.
mm-hmm,
Then we moved down to South Africa,
mm-hmm.
and I did my high school here and varsity here. So yeah, bro. Born in Zimbabwe, proudly Zimbabwean,
Yes, sir.
and
I hear it. Let's talk about that, man. I mean, and let's talk about that. I mean, family is very important to you. I mean, you talk
family is
about it.
that.
You talk it's everything to you. You talk about it in your music, and then it's not a surprise coming from a background like yours. You know, so let's talk about that, and then let's also talk about you starting to get into music at a very young age and how those two things correlate.
So if okay, wait, we want me to start with family or with the music?
With family first,
Family.
and then I mean, obviously it's a big part of your music, and let's talk about how that correlates
Yeah,
with how family correlates with your music, how
yeah.
it all started.
So so like, bro, this is the crazy thing about my family is this is something that most likely when I do get famous and not if
Ah,
when
I love it. I
um
love it.
it, it's something very crazy about us, bro. It's like there's a place called Mozambique, right, here in Africa, and my family is quite mixed up. It's literally like how it would be in America, where you got a half Puerto Rican, half German, half the quarter, you know, black, quarter whatever. But like we basically
Mm,
part Zimbabwean, part Zambian, part
mm,
Mozambican,
mm,
and Portuguese. Crazy enough. So we've been a really tight family, bro. Like we value family to an extent where it's like, bro, why I put it into my music is because I've been in situations where everybody else betrays you or everybody else betrays your trust, but your family is always there. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes,
you
sir.
you 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 can't like abandon your family because, bro, the people that you consider your friends or your loved ones, your girlfriend, your wifey, they can bounce. They can go.
Yeah,
It's done.
absolutely.
Who you gonna go cry to, bro? It's your brother, it's your sister,
Mm-hmm.
or it's your mom's. So yeah, it's me and my brothers. I got two brothers, mom and pops. They still alive. And
Absolutely.
yeah, bro. Regarding my music, um, bro, I was jamming to stuff, when I was like 3, bro. Like we talking Keith Sweat, R. Kelly, Gerald
Let's
Levert,
go.
Luther Vandross, Mariah
Yes.
Carey, Whitney, you name it, bro. And I was just raised in a household where my father was a music junkie.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't allow me to listen to music that had cuss words until my uncle was like, "Hey, yo, nigga, pull up to my crib. I let you listen to Tupac." Now this is at 5, bro. I'm not allowed to listen to cuss words.
Yeah.
Homie's
So
like,
you was
he
like,
was like,
this
you
is
don't,
different.
bro. I was like, man, this right here, bro. God damn. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come
Yo, that's
on,
how,
man.
bro. That's how it's be when you get exposed to something that is just bit that is so left of what you're used to. It's like, yo,
Yeah,
like it was kind of like, yo, like this is a whole different world.
bro. It's like a whole
Yeah,
dimension, bro. Like you're in a different
mhm,
dimension right now. So like,
yeah,
yeah, it introduced me to Tupac and Biggie, and I had an uncle who was a videographer, singer,
hmm,
songwriter, mostly songwriter,
hmm,
and yeah, bro, I was really just exposed to music. So growing up, at that point, obviously, I didn't know I want to be a musician. You feel me? I'm
yeah.
like, man, I'm gonna be an astronaut. I'm an African kid. I'm hoping that one
A
day I'm gonna
doctor,
work
a
for NASA.
lawyer,
Yeah, bro, doctor or lawyer. You know what I'm saying?
typical,
So
typical.
typical stuff. Usually
Yeah,
because of parents.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, but yeah, bro, I grew up and I was just watching, my uncle work,
Hmm.
um, writing for people in Africa, producing music for people in Africa, and
Dope.
it just started becoming something that it became natural to me. I felt like music was really a part of me. It was my
Hmm.
heritage. It was my culture. It was my
Hmm.
tradition. It was my
Hmm.
religion. It was everything, bro. And funny part is, I was like in grade 7, like in 7th grade, and I'm like, I'm gonna try out the choir. And I pulled up,
Uh,
bro. I'm thinking, since I know all this music, I'm the best singer in the world. I'm the best singer in the
I
world. Ain't
love
nobody
that.
gonna touch me. I pulled up, man. They told me you ain't coming in. You ain't getting in, bro. You don't qualify to be in the choir. You know.
Yo, that's
So I'm like,
hilarious.
I'm hurt, bro. I'm like,
I'm hurt.
damn, she just shattered my dreams, dog.
Oh man.
Bro, I get home,
The
I'm
choir.
crying. I'm telling my mom. They said no, man. They said no. I told them that I know everything about music. They said no. Fast track. I'm in high school, and man, funny part is, shout out to Bryson Tiller. That man
Shout out.
changed everything for me, man. Trap
We're
Soul
gonna get
came
into
out.
that. Hold that thought. We're gonna get into
Yeah,
that. Hold that
it's
thought.
big.
So high school. So you at a point now where I mean, because a lot of your music, I feel like it stems from like past and present trials and tribulations. Um, you really you dig into the roots of like where you really come from. You seem to be very spiritual. With your
Yeah,
vibes, with your
yeah,
mood. It's an emotional sound, right?
yeah,
So this just all stemmed from just growing up, right? So you're in high
yeah,
school now, and at this point, this is when I mean you get denied from choir.
bro.
Who gets denied from choir? I feel like if you got any aspirations of being a part of choir, they just gonna bring you on. Like you could be in the back corner, you could be the
Bro,
dude humming. Like I feel like there should be no denial if somebody wants to be a part of a spiritual group, a singing group.
bro.
That's funny. Okay, so you
It
get
was cold,
denied.
bro.
Yeah, I could tell your expression on it is real. So you get to high school and you start getting inspired and you start listening to different sound from what you were listening to as a kid, and you're
Yeah,
kind of getting in tune and starting to find a new sound, right?
Yeah.
Is this that break? Is this that moment of like that kind of pushes you to get to it?
I would say it was Bryson, right? And I was a super nerd. I still am a super nerd. So in primary, bro, I wasn't focused on girls, bro. I was the nigga that wants to go play his games. You know, I wanna, so it was Bryson and it was girls. Done. That's it. Bryson, girls.
That did
Because
it.
I was like, I'm trying to sing about relationships, but I've never been in one. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Moment I got my first heartbreak, done. That girl changed my life.
Yo, first heartbreak did it for you. Okay, let's talk about it, bro. Because I mean, bro, music really stems from that real life experience.
Real life, dog. Real life, bro.
Okay.
And with that, bro, man, she did me cold, bro. Man, she didn't change schools, dog.
Oh man.
She broke up with me and she changed schools. I'm like, God damn. Am I that bad? Am I
Am I that bad?
I'm like, am I damn. So she
You
bounced
had to
bras.
move schools. She had to get out of
You
there.
bro. At first she
That's
lied to me. She's like,
hilarious.
are we moving out of the country? I'm like, damn, I'ma miss you and everything. She's like, I'ma miss you too. Next thing I'm like, girl, you say you move. I see her in the mall, bro. I'm like, you said you were moving.
Oof.
You said you were moving.
Oh boy, that was a real heartbreak. So not only did she break your heart, but she lied to you.
Bro.
And then you caught her up in the lie, but it
Bro.
was face to face. This whole time you
Bro.
thinking she out of there.
I'm thinking
Okay.
she gone, bro.
So you went through
So
that. So you went through that phase of like, yo, like I gotta talk about this.
I have to talk about this, bro. But at the time,
Yeah.
I didn't have access to studio. I'm still a kid. My parents
Yeah.
are very strict. They're like, you gotta get your grades up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't record that time, but I started scripting. You know, from eighth grade, I'm just scripting. I'm writing
So
down.
you're big on writing.
Yeah, I'm very big on writing, bro. Like that's where I started. You know, before the
Mm-hmm.
singing, and I was just writing, bro. I was just writing. Next girlfriend, I'm like in 10th grade. Man, I'm out here like I know what it is to be in a relationship. Ain't nothing gonna hurt me. Girl breaks my heart again. I'm broken. I was done. I was
Oh.
goddamn. She she cold, bro. Cause I was a nerd, you know what I'm saying? I was a nice
Yeah.
guy, and the girls don't like no nice dudes, dog.
They don't, man. They don't.
No, dog.
They take your kindness for weakness, boy.
Bro, I'm finding out this girl
Mm-hmm.
was cheating on me. I'm like, oh, I bet, I bet. I kept on scripting. Next girlfriend, she was crazy. Now she was on some other crazy. And she gave me a fresh perspective of what relationships are like. So like going through these relationships, bro, that's what now gave me the push to be like, you know what? I'm gonna save up money. I'm gonna get studio equipment. I'm gonna start recording straight up. I'm gonna teach myself how to record. And yeah, let me perfect it. And yeah, bro, that's where my journey started. And
That's fire. That's
yeah,
that's a dope little story. See the fans and the people need that's the things that they need to know. We hear the
yeah, bro.
songs, we hear the project layouts, we like this is what needs to be heard. This is what because then it's like, yo, like this dude is real. This dude, he goes through the same situations I go through. He goes through
Yeah,
the same heartbreaks. He goes, you know what I mean? He's a normal dude dealing with relationships, but he's also
bro.
talented enough to write it out, record it, produce it, and put it out there. It's art.
Yeah,
You
you know what it
storyteller.
is,
Storyteller. Yeah, man, I love that, bro. So let's get
bro.
into this then. We're gonna jump straight into it since you already brought it up. So we talking about musical. I like to say influences, but inspirations. I think inspirations is like really deeper. And I
Yeah,
feel like, you know, when artists are making music, it's like they're inspired by themselves, right?
yeah,
Whenever you ask, I feel like whenever you ask artists who are they inspired by, they kind of take a step back because they don't want to overthink it or put anybody on a platform, or put anybody on a pedestal, so to speak. So I like to say, who are your music influences, bro? You talked about Bryson Tiller. I hear a little Tory Lanez. You said something about R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, bro.
I think I read something on Chris Brown.
Yep, Chris Brown.
So let's talk about your musical influences, and what about these specific artists that that influence you?
Okay, I'm gonna start off with the GOATs, and I don't want anybody who's gonna watch this be like, man, this nigga supporting R. Kelly. I get it. But I used to be, a stan, but with all these things that have happened, I've had a different perspective about him, but his music is still legendary. That's legendary. Like, bro, come on.
Absolutely.
So with R. Kelly, why? I'm gonna be straight up, bro. It's funny, but I'm gonna be straight up. That nigga made me. Like, my mama and pops were.
He said he made me. Oh man, that's a real statement, bro. There's a lot of artists that made a lot of people. So that's a real statement. That's wow.
Anybody from the 90s ain't gonna tell me that ain't no one moment their mama and daddy, bro, were playing Sex Me.
Yay.
Hey. Bro, come on, dog. I feel so freaky tonight. Bro, stop playing, bro.
Okay. We hear the vocals. We hear the pipes.
Crazy, bro. But yeah, bro. With him, yeah, bro. It's just I see him as a father. Apart from his, his sins and whatever you call it. Yeah. I feel like he is the GOAT of R&B. Man, that's an understatement, actually. But yeah, I'm influenced with him because he was very melodic. Very melodic, hectic storyteller. Damn, there's no song that man wasn't telling a story.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Chris Brown. Now I take him as R. Kelly Jr. You feel me? Mm-hmm. That's like new age R. Kelly. With Chris Brown, bro, I just loved the fact that he's so artistic. Like I personally try, to image myself with him, but at the same time be myself because, bro, Chris Brown can dance, he can act, he can sing, he can flipping do art. Bro, what else can the man not do, bro? God damn.
Oh, super multi-talented, dog. He paved the way for a lot of people in this generation, bro, just because of his versatility. Like you said, I mean, bro, what can't he do? Bro, man, that's great. I mean, but that's the ones we need, man. Those are the ones that inspire. They inspire, right?
They really do, bro. Mm-hmm. I'd say Bryson. My hunger for music with Bryson. Bryson pisses me off. I'm gonna first say that, bro. He pisses me the hell off.
Why?
Man, let's just first make the statement. He created trap soul. Let's put it that way. The genre itself.
It's a toss up for me between him and Party Next Door, to be honest.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. It's just that he gave it a name. Let's put it that way. He gave it a name.
He did. He made it clear. He made it clear that this is trap soul.
Exactly. Yeah. Because to be fair, trap soul was actually happening before he came out with that album, but But with Bryson, bro, he pisses me off because he purposely is not consistent. Purposely. Mm-hmm. That man chooses purposely.
But he controls the market. Do you understand what that? What that is? You understand controlling the market musically? That like people respect you so much, they appreciate you so much that you're worth the wait.
Like Frank Ocean, god damn.
Oh, Frank Ocean, that's another one. Between Frank Ocean and Bryson Tiller, I mean, I don't know which one controls the market more, right? But yeah, that's all it is, man. It's a musical market, man, and he controls it. And he has the ability to do it, and it's hard to get to that point.
That's where I got respect for him because he hasn't been in the game for that long compared to some other artists. Mm-hmm. But homie can just be like, okay, I ain't gonna release anything the whole year. You gonna be quiet, chilled. We like, where's Bryson? Drops a song. Everybody like, Bryson just dropped a song, bro. Drop a song, bro.
You gotta be inspired by that, man.
Bro, like
As a musician,
I get like I'm a stan, so like I'm just like it pisses me off because I'm like, man, I want to hear more, man. Come on, man. I want to hear more.
man.
But yeah, bro. Jump off from Bryson. My hunger comes from Tory, straight up. My hunger for the hunger for the music to thrive, for people to hear my voice, for people to hear what I gotta say. That definitely comes from Tory because apart from everyone I've mentioned, I feel like Tory has been through a lot, man. Like,
yes.
Damn. Like, I'm not gonna go into the story because I'm sure his fans know, but like, I mean, you got a mom and pops, happy family. Next thing you know, mom gone. You know, family's distorted, and dad remarries. You start being messed up because you know you got issues. You get kicked out. You start living with other people. You're living on the street. Man, that's a lot, bro. And I've never been through that, but because I see the man that he is now from that,
man.
I'm like,
bro, that's a real struggle. And the appreciation level of really getting through the trenches. Like when people say I got through the mud,
bro,
that's the epitome of getting through the mud.
That is the mud, bro. That's the dirt. That's the mud. So yeah, bro, I get that from him. And the push, apart from being pushed by R. Kelly to want to sing and whatnot, R. Kelly made me, like I said, made me and gave me that feel of being able to write music. Then Bryson, you know, Bryson is Bryson. I ain't gonna go there. Tory gave me the hunger. And not only the hunger, but he also made me realize that, bro, you can sing. Tory made me realize I can sing. I sat there, bro, and I watched videos of Tory when he was a kid, rap battling. I'm like, this nigga was just a rapper, bro. He decided, you know what, I'm gonna try singing. I was like, what? Yeah, I'm like, whoa. All right. Then if he's deciding on singing, and I've been a singer day one, man, I can sing. I don't give a damn what anybody says.
Shout out to Tory for that. Shout out to Tory for that. He gave people the reason to try something else out.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, bro, those are my homies. Party, like you mentioned, Party will always have a place in my heart that I can actually not explain. Like if you ask me now, nigga, explain how you feel about Party, I don't know what to say because, man, Party's not human.
He's really not. He's so far gone, it's crazy.
Bro, who sounds like Party?
Not one single person.
What the hell?
Like that's what's the respect about artists like Party. It's just like the sense of like finding your lane, staying in your lane, staying true to your lane, and not really caring about what people have to say about it.
Yeah.
And the fan base that he pulled from that, they stuck. That's the biggest thing too, is like creating that fan base that sticks, bro, because it goes a long way. You got to build the foundation and then everything else comes after that. But if you got a solid foundation, you good as gold.
Bro, like that, I think that's the one thing that I want, to have a solid fan base like Frank Ocean, Party, and Bryson, bro. Cause like I know Party was going through some depression recently before he dropped the new album. But like I think that's one thing that worries me as a musician, that, okay, cool, I get famous, right? I want to be able to draw my fans to an extent where I can go silent for 6 months. You don't know what I'm doing. Where am I? But the minute I drop, you like, he's back. Oh my God. Jaey is back, yo.
Jaey is back. Uso. Jaey Uso left the building and he came right back through the same door.
Came back, bro. Man, I really pray and hope I'll get to that extent. You know what I'm saying?
So all that's gonna stem from, bro, I'll tell you right now, as a listener and somebody who appreciates sound and follow these certain artists and understand how they move, It's really about consistency, right? It's one about consistency, and two, it's about quality work. You know what I mean? If you give everybody, if you make everybody wait, you know, Lil Wayne said, "Sorry for the wait." Like if you make everybody wait, you got to make sure you packing a punch. It's got to hit us upside the head, like, you know. So that, I think that's what it is. And then you make quality music, and I feel like we're gonna get into that right now. We're gonna get into the sound and into your concepts and kind of how you move. And I think that you're already doing that. So let me ask you this first real quick. How long have you been making music from top to bottom?
Like straight up recording a song, straight up.
Yeah.
I'll give it about 4 years.
4 years.
4 years,
okay.
But 4 years not consistent. Okay. 2 years consistency, and the other two, man, I was just up and down. I was up and down.
I could tell. And you know why? And the reason why I could tell is because, you know, obviously me doing what I do and taking it serious, I dive in and I'm like, okay, where's the sound? When was it released? You know? And I think this is a big part of growth, right? And that's why I like to bring this topic up and bring up this segment, because understanding growth from an artist is also very, very important. And when I say growth, I say musical growth. Right. So you talked about making music the last 4 years, right? Okay. And you said the first 2 years was an up and down period. Before we get into what's out now, let's talk about the up and down period. Kind of briefly explain to the listeners or send to the fans, what was that up and down period for you from a musical like approach or standpoint?
So regarding that, bro, to be honest, bro, you know, like I mentioned, the whole quiet thing, you know, I've been a kid that, because I know a lot of people will relate to what I'm about to say, that how it affects that up and down is, I've always been a kid that tries to fit in with people. You feel me? And I'm like an army kid, you know, except it's not like that. But my father used to just switch up, bro. I'll be new high school, new primary school every time. I'm like, God damn, how many friends am I making, bro? How many friends, bro? So that kind of did affect me, bro. So with that up and down situation, I was trying to find myself. At the same time, I didn't believe in myself. You feel me? I got the platform to record and to make music, and I'm making the music. But there's this nervous thing that happens to you, like, should I drop? Nah, don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't drop. Is it good enough? Nah, it's not. Chill. Don't drop. So, to be honest, I could say in those 2 years, I made over 100 songs that I never dropped. Never dropped. And why is because in that 2 years that I was inconsistent, it was before I had my own equipment. I was recording at another homie's crib. And I did actually drop 2 tracks and I deleted them, dog, because I was like, at that time, your first time when you record, I had like a few homies at his studio and be like, damn, this is dope. But then after releasing, like all my friends are like, man, this song is so cool, bro. We liked it, we digged it. I'm like, thanks. I sat back, and the first thing I did was go and listen to an album that's been released by Tory. At that time, Chicks Tape. Listen to Chicks Tape. I put my song there. I played both, and I listened to the quality. I listened to the delivery of the vocals, all of that, and I was not happy. Okay. It totally disturbed me. Number one, it totally played with my mind, bro. I was flipping depressed. So I was like, I bet I ain't releasing nothing. I'm just gonna keep on working. I'm gonna keep on practicing on my delivery, on my voice, on production, everything, bro, everything. Then fast track.
You didn't
bro,
settle.
I didn't settle, bro. I'm a perfectionist. Like, fam, if you tell me, homie, that was your weakest verse, I'm deleting the track. Done. We doing another one. If I can't get a better verse, that track gotta go. So That's why you notice on my platforms, there's not a lot of content because only mid last year, I started being like, you know what, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm ready. And that's when
So
I
yeah,
started, you know.
so you got a lot. You got a lot of 2019 drops. You got
Care was in
Glock. You got
2019, bro.
Distant,
Care was 2019.
Mad, H
Distant Mad,
Town.
H-Town, those are all 2019. Then there's one called 15 Maya by my parents. Not
Yeah,
gonna cap. That was an emotional song, but at that
yeah.
time, my production was not where it is right now with the stuff I have in 2020.
I love the concept though. I mean, it was in pure dedication for the love and the appreciation for your moms and pops. You made that clear.
Yeah, yeah, bro. So that's the only reason I didn't delete it because I felt like it was an emotional song,
Yeah.
although I feel like it was a weak song on production and all that. But I left
You
it
got to
there because
show
I'm like,
growth. You got, but see, you got
yeah,
this is where you showing growth. It's like, yo, you let those stick and you let people check that out and then see where you at now. And it's like, yo, he did a whole
like
360.
damn,
You
yeah,
have to paint that picture, especially being an upcoming artist. You know what I'm saying? Because people
yeah,
appreciate, at least me. I can vouch and speak for myself that I appreciate watching and seeing the growth and the change in your artistry.
yeah.
It's true. Hey, let's talk about Mad real quick though. So producers Topski.
Topsky and Wallace Lane and 1992.
So for people who don't know Topski, you know Topski, he's a producer that you work with. Wallace Lane, he's a Grammy Award winner, working with Travis
Yeah,
Scott, Nav, you know, just to name a couple.
big
Um,
homie.
Talk about that, man, and you know, I think it's always interesting too, even with producers, man, they kind of get overlooked, you know, in what they really provide to the industry, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you know, the artist wins the Grammy. The artist is the one who walks up to the stage. That's the spotlights on the artist, but like that music stemmed from somewhere else, right? Something,
yeah,
you know, that was orientated as a team. And that's why
yeah,
dudes like Wallace Lane gets credit, right? And
yeah,
he's a Grammy Award winner, right?
yeah.
Talk about how it is working with somebody like that, and talk about maybe the effects that it's had on your career, from a musical level and maybe even a mental level of like, yo, like, you know, I got guys like Wallace Lane working with me. I must be doing something right.
So the funny part with that is, I actually never, you know how it is with music thing. I actually never got in contact with Wallace or okay, Topsky. We actually spoke recently,
Mm-hmm.
but with Wallace, um, 1992 is the main producer of the song. You feel me? So within that production of that beat, Wallace made the sample that's in the beat, and Topsky, I'm not sure what he did. I think it was the drums or something. So I mainly spoke through 1992, who was like, "Hey, yo, man, I feel like this beat will go well with you." It's like Topsky and Wallace just verified it. They're like, "Man, you gotta go on this thing." I'm like, "Who's what?" At that time, I'm like, "Who's Wallace Lane, bro? Who's Topsky?" You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I go there and I'm like, I go on Instagram. I'm like, search Wallace Lane, Grammy nominated. I'm like, hell nah, that's impossible, bro. Stop playing,
That's
bro.
it.
I'm like, that's
Yeah.
impossible. Me
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
a beat that has a sample by this guy? Nah,
Yeah.
man. I'm checking out. I'm like, man, this nigga worked with Nav, Chris Brown. I'm like, whoa, okay, I gotta write something dope for this.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. So that went like that, bro. And recently talked to Topsky and be like, yeah, we're gonna work on a new beat. You know what I'm saying? And man, with Corona right now, bro, money talks. I ain't gonna cap. Money talks, bro. So he's like, man, just send me what you got. We're gonna start working on a new beat. I'm like, bet. So with that collaboration between 1992, Wallace Lane, Topsky, man, when that song dropped, bro. Now I understand I'm an African kid and I'm just sitting there like, all right, I'm gonna drop this. Drop it. People go crazy. I'm like, cool. A week goes by. I see American people following me. I'm like, what's good? I'm like, what? Now, it ain't a big thing, like if it's American people until you see them
Mm-hmm.
American girls. I was like, God damn. God damn. God,
Oh,
you know, like
weak.
in that month, bro. In that month, bro, I grew like about 2,000 or 3,000 followers in like a month, bro. And I was like, damn, son, this is crazy, bro.
So when was
And
this? This was last year.
it was last year, bro. It's been like about 6 or 8 months. Nah, bro, it's
Okay.
gotta be more. No, wait. It was around November or September, if I'm not correct. Yeah,
So yeah, so less than I mean
yeah,
a little more than half a year, a little more than six
yeah,
months.
yeah.
That's
A little
crazy, man.
more.
So that's dope. So that's kind of, man, especially being international, right? And like
Yeah,
being able to touch different markets and like seeing the growth, man. That's really what it's about, man. Like
yeah,
you gotta outreach, man. Like you outreached. That's what
bro,
you did right there, man. You outreached and
bro.
you touched different avenues and demographics of people. And yeah, man, that's dope. Kudos to you, man.
You know
Mad
where my
and
flop
Mad
was
Mad's a
though.
dope track. Hey, Mad's a dope track too. I was
Shout
vibing with
out,
that one.
G.
I was vibing with that one. That's a big hitter right there. That's you know what I'm saying.
Shout
That's the
out,
one.
G.
That's the one you send off to the homies. Like, yo, check out Jay real quick.
Yeah.
Yo.
Nah, bro. Like it did a lot for me, bro. My only flop was I got all of that right, and
Mm-hmm.
things were heated up, and then Instagram had to just be messed up, bro. They changed the algorithm. I'm out here
Mm-hmm.
trying to follow people, bro. I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
follow people. Damn, they blocked my accounts. At that time, they blocked my account for a good month, bro.
Mm.
And now, when you get new followers, obviously you need to push more content so they stick.
Absolutely. So you
Now I'm
lost
on
a lot.
like 10.5K followers. That bro just shot back down to 8. Pop! I'm like, God damn, bro. Yo.
The algorithm was not on your side, huh?
Bro, when I realized Instagram was being strict, I was like, you know what? 2020 is gonna be the year. 2020 comes, Kobe dies. Ah,
Rest in peace. Oh my goodness.
Juice WRLD dies. Uh, COVID comes. Damn, bro. I'm surprised I'm actually even recording because knowing me,
Mm.
bro, in the past I was weak, man. I'd be depressed right now. But
Yeah.
I don't suffer from that anymore. I'm stronger.
You growing
So
up. You growing
I'm
up, man.
growing up, you know.
Yeah.
So with that happening, bro, it did kind of have a setback because I was planning on Aftercare. I'm dropping the next single. I have another single with Heartbreak Fever. Stay. I'm gonna drop that.
Mm-hmm.
Then that happened, slowed things down. You know, small things like you gotta either take care of the fam, the money you're gonna put in promotion. Now it's gotta go to other important things, you know. So yeah, bro, I got an EP. Well, it's not mine, but a homie's EP. I'm on that thing. That's from last year though. I got Numb. I think I sent Numb to your homie. Numb.
Sent it
I
to
don't know
me.
if you've
Yeah,
heard
no, I
it.
heard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Shout
got
out to you
Numb.
sending me unreleased music, man. That means a lot to me, bro. That means that you serious about this whole process, bro. So I tuned right into it. I hear the vibes, bro.
Shout
I hear
out
the
to you, man.
vibes.
Numb there. That's about one of my exes, man.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Yeah,
Bro, there's quite a few.
we could talk about what's coming next. I mean, I just wanted to touch on like what's out there right now, right? So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, man, it seems like you kind of went through your ups and downs first 2 years, and then once you understood yourself, you broke into it. But you also went through some more ups and downs,
yeah,
that are
man.
that was outside of your control, which is
Yeah,
okay. The important part I feel like that I can take from what you explained to me is that you didn't let it get to you like you did in the past, right? Like
yeah, straight up.
you've grown from prior situations, which is key as an artist because it's easy to. I mean, you guys. I mean, that's another thing too, man. You're human. Like you're human. Like people try to treat artists like especially like like the Drakes and like the Travis. Like everybody's human. We all operate and deal and handle things the same way, But
Yeah,
when it comes to your art, it's sensitive, right?
straight
And
up.
I think you're figuring out a way to just grow, man, and that's what it's all about. And I'm excited to see what's next from you, man. But before we do that, I wanted to jump into this last segment with you, bro. This last segment I put together is called "Let's Talk About It." Let's
Yeah,
talk about it. And what I do, bro, is that I go through. I pretty much go through your IG.
yeah,
Since we speaking about IG, and I just kind of do a quick little dive into some of your posts to give the fans a little more context and a little more
yeah,
definition in some things. I think it's cool. I think it's a
yeah,
little thing that the people appreciate.
yeah.
So yeah, we'll get right into it, man. This was what was this? May 19th. May 19th.
May 19th.
It looked like you was in the Great Zimbabwe at the Victoria Falls. Looks like you was posted
Ah,
up with your pops and look maybe your little
ah.
brother, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Or
yeah,
older.
yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I think this was a powerful picture. It caught my eye right off the rip. And the comment says, "Take me back to a time when life was simpler." So yeah, just give me a
Yeah.
quick little brief synopsis of what that was about and what's going on here.
That was the first trip I ever had as a kid. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
wow.
I'm like,
Mm.
damn, we're going to a different place than where we from. I'm like, ah, cool. So we
Yeah.
like it's also in Zimbabwe, you know. We
Mm-hmm.
went, it took like about 3 hours to drive there. At that time, man, it felt like we were driving for 7 days. But we
First
got
trip
there,
is the longest one, bruh.
bro. And yeah, bro, it was a really magical time at that time, and things in Zimbabwe were better than they are right now. For people that are watching this, those who know about Zimbabwe, yeah, things were much, much better when I was a kid, and you could just ask, you know, for anything. Mom, I want a packet of chips. You get it. You want sweets. You get it. Whatever you want, you get it. So at that time, life was simpler, bro. Life was easy. Um, Poverty was lesser, and man, we were on top of the world at that time. For me, Zimbabwe was
Yeah.
thriving at that time, bro. And we were like ranked highest, one of the top highest educated countries in the world. We were
Mm.
there. You know, we it was a good time, bro. You know, and I just posted that because I was just sitting there and I'm like, man, the way the economy, the global economy is going right now. I
Mm-hmm.
just wish we could just like get into a time machine and go back. You know,
Mm.
I'm
That's
sure you
facts,
wish
man.
there's moments as a kid you wish you could just be like,
A time to go back or a time to go forward, but stay right where you at.
exactly, straight up, bro.
Yeah. I love that. Okay. So this next one, bro, this was April 14th.
April.
Uh April 14th quoted it's a picture of you with like a little with little edit on it, little orange edit stripe joint on it. But on this one,
Yeah,
you said working on some new music and artwork during this lockdown.
uh-huh.
You also quoted, "Quarantine life can't hold us down on God.
Yeah, yeah,
Learn something new during this time.
yeah,
Work out, learn a new set of skill sets,
yeah,
bond with family, take a step back and count your blessings, and most importantly, learn to love yourself more." I thought that was pretty powerful, especially coming from a young artist like yourself.
yeah,
Um, and this is, I think it correlates and it resonates with a lot of people, um, you know, that are living and breathing every day just like us. But I think it's important to understand the situation that we're in, and what does the light look like at the end of the tunnel, right? And I think that's kind of
yeah,
what I got from this. So yeah, touch on
yeah.
this one a little bit.
With that post, man, I was in my feels, as you can read. I was in my feels, man,
Yeah.
and yeah, man, I was just speaking to my peeps. I'm like, we take life for granted. I was like talking to my friends. I'm like, man, we take life for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even me myself, like I get times where I get too busy to even pray. I go
Mm.
4 days without praying, and I can literally feel myself like, damn, things ain't going well for me, man. Damn, the last
Mm-hmm.
time I prayed though. So with that post, man, lockdown just happened, and I'm like, this is God punishing us on my mama. This homie is angry, bro. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and for those people who are religious and believe in God, I sat there and I'm like, you know what? Let me not keep this to myself. Let me let other people know. So I'm like, you know what? People, don't sit home and get fat because you're gonna hate your body when lockdown is over. I know a lot of people hate their bodies, bro.
Yeah, man.
So especially for the ladies, I was like, because most of my music caters for women and for broken niggas. But yeah, I was like, if you in the lockdown, don't let it get into your head. Don't let go of yourself. Keep working out. It's healthy for your mind, your body, and your soul. You gotta keep yourself intact. And with me myself, bro, that's something I had to do because, man, I was indoors and mama's food was just hitting. I'm like, God damn, I'm going in, bro.
What's that food looking like? Are we talking like jollof rice and plantains or
Bro, we talking loaf bread, we talking rice, we talking curry, man, we talking
curry?
lasagna, we talking, bro, we talking everything, man. She was making homemade pizza, homemade cake. She
Let's
was
go.
making everything, bro.
Shout out to
So
moms.
shout out to moms, bro. So yeah, bro, with that and also with, like I said, I used to be this whole depressed kid, I'm always silent and I used to be moody to my parents, bro. I was an ass, bro, when I was a kid, bro. My parents really went through the most, bro. And that was teenage fever. And
Teenage fever.
yeah, bro. And yeah, bro, that's when I said with my last quote that learn to love yourself. It took me a while to learn to love myself for myself. Sometimes you would never see me smiling. Bro, on my mama, I wouldn't smile because I got a gap right here. I'll be like,
Yeah.
ain't nobody
Let it.
see my smile, but
You gotta let it show.
I grew up and I'm like, you know what? I still get the huns. Stop playing. What the
Stop
hell,
playing
dog?
with me. Stop
Stop
playing with me,
playing.
boy.
I'm Jay. What the hell, bro? Playing, bro.
Uso.
So yeah, bro. That's where it was coming
That's
from.
fire.
Learn to love
I
it.
love that. I love that. Last one right here, bro. This one's I saved the best for last.
Yeah.
This was May 28th.
Alright.
We got a little dude posted up on a red couch full of stuffed animals.
Ah.
I grew up on VCRs and cassette tapes. Let's go. I love that one, bro. That one's
Hey,
fire, bro.
you got me messed up, dog.
Yep. I took it there, bro. I took it there.
Oh my god, bro.
Yes, sir. If you didn't think that I was
Bro.
gonna pull that one out, you crazy.
Man, I can't believe you did that. Damn, bro.
Yes, sir.
Oh
Yes,
man,
sir.
with that one, man, it's just it correlates with the picture of the Vic Falls, taking me back to a time. Man, I was sitting there and I'm like, man, y'all remember when we didn't have CDs and DVDs? Y'all remember when we didn't have Bluetooth, bro? Social media? Bro, we were more in tune with life that time. So I was letting people know because I know I got a lot of little kids following me and everything. They don't even know what a cassette is, bro. I
No,
pull that
sir.
thing out, they be like, what the hell that is, bro?
They don't even know what an iPod is.
Bro, iPods. These homies just know iPhones. I got the new
Yeah,
iPhone 11, and yeah, bro. I was just
that's
unpacking
fire.
stuff in the garage, and I'm like, hold up, that's a cassette. Oh
Uh-huh.
snap, damn! And it was a Tupac cassette, bro. And I'm like, damn, this thing probably plays still.
This thing
Damn,
probably still plays.
it don't
Yeah,
play.
man.
It don't play. I tried it. It don't play. It don't play.
Hey, man, you gotta appreciate it, man. It's really vintage, right? And it holds a lot of culture and background, and like
Yeah,
I don't think it's ever gonna go anywhere. And I just thought it was cool being such a young cat, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And understanding like where we at now stemmed from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
straight
Which is
up,
dope.
bro.
Appreciate you going through that segment with me, bro. Learned a little
Bro.
bit about you.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
Damn. But
okay.
but tell
Yeah,
me,
that about
tell me something.
what's
Where
up.
where regarding you growing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of family did you grow up in?
Oh
Like
man, I grew up in when you think about, I guess, an African American,
Yeah.
like a true culture, that was the
Mm-hmm.
one. I mean, so a lot of what I do too, talking about like the sound, like in me growing up, I grew up to the Temptations, the Jackson Fives, the Al Greens, the Barry Whites,
Fire, Earth, Soul,
Janet,
and Water.
yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fires, and like, a lot of my background stemmed from like a true cultured back African American background, right? So like, yeah, man, just growing up, my mother used to play a lot of music, man. She used to play a lot of music, and I would just be so young, and I was like in tune, and I was like enthused about like the sound. It wasn't
Yeah.
really like what was being played on the radio. I have older brothers and sisters that would listen to the Pacs, the Biggies, the TLCs, the three,
And
you
shout out
know,
to TLC. Damn.
the Jodeci's, the 112s, the Black Streets,
Oh,
right? So I would have all that from my older brothers and sisters because I'm the youngest child. So I would hear that from my older brothers and sisters. But then from my mother, I would hear even deeper, like, like the Aretha Franklins and like, that whole genre and that whole sound. So like it was just like a collective group, like it was a really music orientated sound.
yeah.
My family stems, we play instruments. I played the piano growing up. I played the
Oh,
piano, the drums. I played the violin. And
violin
I had,
niggas. Shout out.
yeah, I was cold. My sister played instruments as well, right? So I just come from a very musical STEM background, but I also come from a very culture background. Being born in Los Angeles, and that whole background, especially growing up in the '90s, it was like, a lot of culture going on, with the NWA and just like the Snoops and the Ice Cube, like that whole vibe was just like, that was my life, right? So
Damn.
yeah, man, that's pretty much where, like, that's the kind of upbringing I was. It was real pro black.
Pro Black.
Pro black,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
So
man.
right now, do you stay alone or you stay with fam? What's up?
Oh man, yeah, yeah, solo dolo, man. You gotta
Solo
grow up
dolo.
sometime. You gotta grow up at one point. you
Check
know,
this, bro.
you gotta
So
grow up.
I'm connecting with everybody, that
Mm-hmm.
side because I'm planning on moving. It's either next year or 2022, right?
Mm-hmm.
But before I do move there, I'm coming for like holiday for like a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my plan is to, man, I know y'all have too many states, and I'm trying to see all of them, and I know I can't do that in 1 month. But
Nah, you can't. Not in a
but the
month.
places I have homies, because I consider you a homie now.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be like, hey yo, man, Hollywood, man, I'm pulling up, man.
and
I'm bringing my
I
luggage, dog. I'm crashing on
and
the
I'm
floor.
and I'm saying, say less. I got a spot for you. Don't you worry. I got a spot for you. I got a spot for anybody that I call family. We family now,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. Straight
You
up,
didn't you
dog.
didn't told me
Yeah.
your story. Hey, come through, man. Hey, the door's open. Hey, well,
Yeah.
hey, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, man. I really do, man.
Man,
I'm
thank you,
inspired.
bro.
I'm inspired by your craft. And when I say
Yeah.
craft, how you move and how you put together
Yeah.
from a musical aspect, man. And so like every time I come on, I learn something new.
Yeah.
And it helps me. It pushes me to keep driving and keep doing this and keep bringing people on like you. Um,
Yeah.
just to better myself in that realm, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so man, appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Man, thank you, bro. I actually got
Yeah,
one more question.
yeah,
I'm a type of person where, man, I want to grow myself. I
yeah.
want to become a better artist.
Mm-hmm.
What's your advice? Like, I'm legit asking you. Give me advice, bro. Give me advice. What could be a game changer? What do you think I can do to change the
Okay,
game for myself? You feel me?
okay.
Whether it's
Um,
the music or it's the
I,
marketing or
I'll tell
whatever,
you. I'll
Yeah.
tell you. I'll give you one on both aspects. I'll give you one on the business side, and I'll give you one on the creating side, like being the
Yeah.
creator. So
Yeah.
as being a creator, I think where I've found and kind of noticed,
Yeah.
when you think about the Tory Lanes, you think about the parties, a little
Yeah.
bit of Bryson, they take a risk. And when I say take a risk, take a risk from your comfort zone. Take a risk at stepping outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
I think artists get tied up in like, staying in that lane of being comfortable and not taking that risk. Like, so for example, with Tory Lanez, he has no problem taking a risk to bring an island sound, to rap one day, to sing one day, to jump on an Afro beat track, to jump on a Latin track. Like, you have to. And then not only that, I think it's really smart to do that because it gives you the opportunity to diversify yourself, and touch different demographics. Does that make sense to you? So you start to get a fan base and you start to grow a fan base just outside of what everybody expects and anticipates you to drop.
You to do. Yeah.
You have to start reaching out to people outside of what you're used to and try to creatively, I feel like creatively provide your same sound, your true sound, but being able to take that and create a whole different sound. Like, I think that's key. Like, that's what that me as a listener, that helps me appreciate that I can go listen to a track from Tory Lanez, a chick's tape track where he's sampling, old T-Pain, to go listening to something that some grimy, like New York sound, to him like, you know what I mean? He's touching different avenues. And that's what's so great about him, is because his fan base stems from a bunch of different demographics of people. Not everybody is, not everybody's the same, and not everybody listens to the same type of music. So I feel like it's like you have to be able to, take an R&B, trap soul vibe, stay true to that, but also be able to collaborate and correlate with something outside of that.
Yeah.
That would be my advice to you on a creative level, right? You can take it, you can run with it, you can throw it away, whatever. Now, from a business aspect, I think really understanding the way to promote your sound. I think a lot of artists are kind of blind on what's important. You have to first understand the market. So you have to educate yourself. So when I say educate yourself, you have to, dive into it. You got to see, you got to pay attention to the artists that are successful. You can figure out what they're doing without even having to contact them and reach out and ask. Does that make sense? Like, you can see somebody, you can see how somebody moves based on, like, it seems like you do a good job at studying an artist. So you got to study the artist. You got to understand how they move from a business aspect, a marketing aspect, a promoting aspect. Like, you have to study that, right? And then you have to apply it. For example, there's so many artists that, like, I don't understand why, they don't expose their music to platforms like, Apple. And for the smallest thing of, like, okay, somebody when somebody posts something on a story, right, on an Instagram story, right, you see that they could be posting a random video, or they could be posting a picture, and they want to put a song behind it, their favorite song, their favorite artist, right? Now, my thing is, there's artists out there that people love that don't even give the listener that access, right? And what does that do? That cuts you out of the loop of promotion. Like, people want, like, me as a listener, I want to promote the sound that I'm listening to. And if you don't allow the listener to do that, you're losing.
Damn.
You're losing. You have to understand all the media, the music, the music platforms. You have to understand those, because that is your bread and butter. That's your bread and butter. So it's like, I know it's busy staying focused on your work, but from a business level, it's all about promotion. It's all about branding. It's all about marketing. strategic, strategies on how to get your sound out there. It's not going to do it itself, so
Yeah,
that's
ain't gonna
my
do it
that's
either.
yeah so that's my advice on the business side, and my advice on the creator side. But if you ever got questions for me, bro, if you ever want to know things on a personal level outside of this, let me know, bro, and I'll give you my opinion, and I'll give you my feedback and thought on it.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. That's the most honest
Mm,
stuff, like advice I've had, especially with
yeah.
regards to the whole being diverse and stuff. Because I've literally have Afro songs in my archives, and I've been wondering, should I drop this? I've been
Absolutely.
scared,
It's
bro. I've been
it's the true
scared.
it's your truest sound though. Why would you not want to
Yeah,
drop that?
because I'm like, I realized, okay, I got this whole, I'm amassing all this um publicity from Canada, Australia thingy. And at first, before you and I spoke, at first I was like, man, uh, I don't know if it's gonna make people get confused. Then at some point I was like, you know what? Nah, that might be just
Nah.
the one thing that makes me pop, because people are gonna be like, whoa,
Let me
what's
ask you
this?
this. Let me ask you this.
Yeah,
What when it comes to genre, what do
yeah.
you consider yourself as?
To be honest, regarding genre, I put myself in somewhere between trap soul and R&B, right there,
Okay.
somewhere between those two.
So this is my insight on this. And
Yeah,
this is stuff that I pay attention to, that I hear and that I respect.
yeah.
When there is true artistry, when there's
Mhm.
somebody creating music and they're putting their true art into it,
Yeah.
when they ask what genre that they're in, you know what they say?
What?
They say I am in no genre. I'm an
Oh,
artist.
snap. I bet.
I'm an artist.
Bet.
So by being an artist, and you say that I am an artist, you keep that window open, that you can do
Crazy.
it whatever it is that you want to, and nobody can question you about it.
I could be a rock star in this beat. Straight up.
You could be a rock star. Somebody asks you what's your genre? Oh, I'm a rock star. Oh, I'm an artist. Okay,
I'm
what
an
makes you an
artist.
artist? I make music. I create and I master my craft every single day. I'm an artist.
Straight up. Straight
don't
up.
don't 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 put yourself in a genre, because what that does is that caps you off. And when you cap
You're gonna be
yourself
stuck.
off, it's going to cap you off mentally, and you're going to be like, I can only make this type of music, I can only do this, I can only get on these type of beats, I can only work with this sort of producer, I can only collab with this sort of artist. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the artist that anybody and everybody can work with.
That's facts.
Yeah. So
Reminding
that's
me
what I
of
got to
Lil
say on
Wayne
that.
right now.
Huh?
Yeah, straight up. You're reminding me of Lil Wayne right now.
Man, I'm just really trying to put on, bro. Hey, that's all I'm here for, man. I'm here to keep it true, keep it solid, keep it real. That's what this
Hey,
podcast is about. That's what my show is about. That's why I bring people like you on, man, to further educate, just to give you that real feeling, bro. It's a
straight
whole lot
up.
of fugazi stuff out here, a bunch of fugaziness out here, and I just want to separate myself from that, man. And this is why I
Yeah.
do it. This is why you on here. Um, love your story, man. I appreciate you even asking me certain. I feel honored. You know what I'm saying, that you even asked me
Yeah, bro.
questions, which is great. That's really it, man. I guess really my next question is what's next for you? Where can the people find you musically?
Musically, so check this. Y'all can find me on SoundCloud,
Mm-hmm.
Spotify, YouTube. What else? Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you can find me about anywhere. Twitter, Facebook,
Okay.
Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. Yeah. At Jaey Usso, it's the same everywhere. TikTok even. Jaey
Let's
Usso everywhere.
go. Let's
Jaey Usso
go.
everywhere.
Yes,
Just
sir.
for everybody to know, I'll be dropping mass content as of next month. So we straight up
Let's go.
releasing, man. We straight up releasing.
Keep me tuned, bro. I'll give you my honest feedback on it. You know me.
Straight up, bro. Straight
Yes,
up.
sir.
I
Hey,
actually
more
got a
power
track
to
for
you.
Kobe. I'm dropping something for Kobe. Straight up.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. That's what you got to do, man. You got to resonate, man. And that's how you
Straight
do
up,
it.
bro.
You take that risk, you take that chance, man. That's all I can leave you with is just really taking that risk, taking that chance. Just really don't be afraid, man. We done being afraid. We done fearing, bro. We done fearing.
Oh, I ain't scared of nothing, dog. Come on, man. Come on.
Come on, man. Keep it that way, bro. Keep it that way, bro. Well, hey, bro, let me ask you this. Is there anything else that you want to maybe leave with the listeners, maybe to your fans that's checking us out? The floor is yours right now.
I got a few words, and they ain't even going to be long.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this is the most, like, I'll say cringe and typical thing. It's cliche and it's corny, but it is what it is and it's honest.
Yeah.
Everyone that's listening to this, whatever it is you want to do, you want to be a dancer, you want to be an actor, you want to be a singer, man, you want to be a waitress. That might be your dream, man. That might be a dream, you know. There's people like that. Mm-hmm. You can do it, man. You can do it and follow your dreams, because that's what I'm doing, you know. And don't do these things with the anticipation or with the need or the craving of being famous. Do it because it's something you love. You feel me? Because the minute we start craving money, fame, being noticed, know me, accept me, that's the part where you start getting depressed, because maybe, for example, you post something on Instagram, you have an anticipation to get 1,000 likes or 100 likes, all you get is 10. Next thing you know, you're depressed. So my advice is, guys, do what you're good at because you love it. Don't do it because you're trying to get acknowledgement. And keep growing.
Let's go. Keep growing, boy.
Way.
Hey, wise words from the Jaey Usso. Young with an old soul, boy.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on. Hey,
man,
bro.
Boosie Badass is the ish, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love it, bro. Hey, man. Thank you again so much for coming on. I can't wait to hear the new music. Care's out right now, man. Check it out. It's on all streaming platforms. Care featuring Heartbreak Fever. Check it out. Dude's extremely talented. Love what you're doing, brother. Stay healthy, stay positive. Continue to count your blessings, man. And the most love to you, bro. Most love to you, man. I can't wait to see what's next. Hey, until next time, brother.
Man, I can't wait. Until next time, be safe, bro.
Yes, sir. We out.
Yeah.
Yo, you already know the vibes, man. If y'all made it this far, I appreciate y'all. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Hey, drop a comment on this video. Let me know what you think about the interview. Hey, and smash that like button. Hey, I appreciate y'all. That was Jaey Usso, everybody. Jaey Usso, new music on the way. Stay tuned. Know Better out right now. Know Better out right now on all streaming platforms. Hey, support this dude. Super talented dude. Hey, more episodes on the way, and we out of here. Don't you know, I did this since day one.